The race to #1 in Osu game has been pretty exciting so far. We've seen this race between akolibed and Mrekk for the last few weeks, and it first was a pretty large gap between Mrekk and akolibed. It was about like 2,000 pp or some shit. But as the days went on, forehead gap between them got smaller and smaller, and akolibed was continuing to twerk on the speed meta and play maps on Valley of the Quandale on Sidetrack Day, and just get a lot more plays. And Mrekk, he's also had a bit of a bout of lack of motivation and chill maxing with his friends, but now he's not really playing anymore, and akolibed finally took over Mrekk. That was basically what happened. But in this video, I want to alert you guys that there's been actually a huge fucking update on this race where Mrekk actually took his #1 position back. So I did theorize in the last video about this whole topic that once akolibed takes over Mrekk for rank 1, then akolibed, he took a bit of a break from Osu game because I think he was a little burnt out from farming so much, which is understandable. But I also theorized that Mrekk, he would get a huge burst of motivation to get his rank 1 back because he's kind of just been chilling. He's like, dude, I've been rank 1 for like 4 years now. There's really no competition for me. Like, there's no reason for me to get crazy scores right now. So he was basically chilling and just chill maxing until akolibed took over Mrekk's place. And I think this motivated Mrekk to finally come back and start hopping on Osu game and start twerking on the aim maps. And Mrekk, he got a fucking crazy session today during like the whole COE event, or not even a COE, he's basically at home. But he was basically playing maps like Bang Bang for like a 2,000 pp choke, which is like a pending map, which is fucking crazy by the way. Inai Sekai, which is like a 1.8k choke, which is insane. A PP record choke, Send on Life, which is also insane. He S ranked it for about 1,200 and it could have been 1,600, which is fucking crazy. And he also choked Ringo for about 1,200. Like, it's just a freaking jump map, and he played it on DT, which is insane. And there's this Juchu, the fucking rabbit shit. Like, he basically got #1 on that. It was a choke for 1,800 and it's like a 40-second map, and he got 1,300 on it. And he finally took over akolibed here, and it wasn't really that big of a gap, so it's not really that exciting for him to take back akolibed's position here. It's kind of just something we've been expecting because Mrekk, he's really been lacking the motivation. And even if Mrekk were to stay #2 for the next couple months because of this whole speed meta, if the combo scaling removal comes out, then Mrekk is back to #1. So it doesn't really matter. Like, akolibed being #1, it kind of felt a little fake, but at least he enjoyed it for a bit and took over Mrekk's position and saw a bit of a dispersion in Mrekk's graph here. I don't really know. That's kind of just my thoughts on it. But what does this mean for the future of the Osu game in terms of this race between rank 1 and akolibed here? So I did hear that akolibed, he's going to get a bit of motivation to play as well because he actually flew from Latvia back home to the UK. So he's a bit of a jet lag right now. He can't really play. He's kind of just chilling. He's like, dude, like I'm just pretty exhausted to play right now. So I think he's also going to get a bit of a motivation boost from seeing that his #1 is taken away, and he's going to start hopping on, doing some speed maps and try to take his #1 back. We're going to see this race between Mrekk and akolibed just go back and forth in my opinion, and I don't know who's going to finally shine through. If speed finally gets nerfed just out of nowhere and Mrekk gets his edge of his aim back, then I think Mrekk will gap akolibed pretty insane here. But overall, the race between them is just getting pretty exciting. I won't be surprised if we see that Mrekk is #2 the next day because akolibed decides to twerk and play 2,000 pp maps and just go crazy mode. But that's pretty much all I want to say in this video about this talk about Mrekk getting rank 1 again. It's just pretty small news, I feel like, even though he is #1 again. Like, it should be pretty huge news, but we're expecting this back and forth between akolibed and Mrekk here because of these motivation differences and how different their skill sets are. But the end of this video is a bit of a yap that's not related to this video, but I just want to address some things. So the first thing first is that, where the fuck am I? As you guys can see, I'm in the middle of fucking nowhere. I'm recording this at midnight right now in the middle of the rural Netherlands, and to explain that, I am going to COE this week, or it is basically, COE is about to end soon, like tomorrow. So tomorrow's gonna be the last day, but COE so far has been fucking amazing. I've met so many players and other content creators. Some of them know me, some of them don't, but that's fine. I'm going to work harder so that I can be more prominent within the Osu sphere, but I'm gonna keep working, try to get better, and try to just take over the Osu space as Cap Noir, which would be pretty crazy. But that's pretty much my goals right now, and I'm at COE, so that's why I'm in this weird ass alleyway recording this video where some people are going to walk by and there's going to be some stranded cats trying to meow meow at me. But basically that is my address to that. And the second thing I want to say is that today I had such a freaking cool encounter. So there's this one player that I like in Osu game called Ekoro. I'm sure you guys have known of this player. He is a very good tackle player, a very good easy player. He's very good at at the game in Osu. He's been playing it for a very long time, and I've been wanting to meet this guy and talk to him for a bit now. I'm honestly a little bit of a fanboy for this person. It's kind of weird, but I like this player a lot because I think we share a bit of common interest in terms of like Doho. So I was looking for him, trying to get a signature on my COE posters, like how I was advised by Nerdiness. And I got the COE poster when I first met him, like when he was trying to leave to get in some sushi and shit. And I was like, yo, Ekoro, please let me sign my shit. And he's like, oh shit, yo, I gotta go, but let me just get this done real quick. So we did that really quick. And then, sorry, there's a person watching. And then he dipped and went to go eat the sushi at dinner. So I was like, okay, well, that's pretty chill. And then I heard news that he was going to be back tomorrow. So I was like, okay, well, I really want to talk to this person. And I particularly wanted to talk to him about Doho. So I saw Ekoro and I was like, holy shit, where the fuck is this person? Because you never seen this person before. He's very private about his whole spiel and his information. So I had to talk around people, and people were describing me, oh, he's this average Asian guy with square glasses, a little bit of short. He's pretty skinny and always wears a mask. And I was like, okay, well, that doesn't really help because, I mean, there's not really a lot of Asian people at COEs because there's a lot of white people since we're in Europe, right? So it shouldn't be hard to find another Asian person like me. So I went around, looked for this Ekoro person, and I actually got introduced by some French people. They're like, yo, oui, bonjour, merci. And I went there and I found Ekoro and I was like, holy shit, it's raining right now. So let me just try to get this video done really quick. But basically, I met Ekoro and I was like, oh my God, yo, I just want to talk to you really quick, bro. You like my G. Or I'm not really like saying that shit real quick. But I basically went for a handshake, yo, you're Ekoro, right? And he was like kind of like busy talking to something. And it's like, yeah, we're just gonna start talking and shit. And I just wanted to ask him one question because like I already know like some things around him. He doesn't really know me. Like he asked me like my OC username. He's like, oh, Barkman 123. I don't really know this guy, but basically I asked him, what is your favorite Doho game? And he was like, oh shit, yo, let me just go down this rabbit hole. And he basically said, I like Doho Puppet Dance Performance. So I was like, dude, I freaking love that game because I actually played that game. It's like a Toho Pokemon game, and I saw Ekoro play it on stream, and I was like, holy shit, there's a Toho Pokemon game. So I went to go through the whole loophole, rabbit hole, and started playing the Toho Puppet Dance Performance, and I was working on that shit, and I played through that whole playthrough. It was like 30 hours, and it was fucking amazing, right? And we just talked about this shit for like an hours, bro. It was like we had this deep ass conversation about fucking Toho. It was fucking crazy, right? We were just like yapping about shit. And I just want to say that if you guys think that I'm a fucking yapper, dude, let me just tell y'all that Ekoro is a yapper XL. This guy could fucking yap about Toho in every detail and charismatic about it. Like every fucking second he's just yapping about, yo, Toho, this. And I'm like, dude, I'm having a great time here because I think that Ekoro here is a Gotington, and then he's like yapping to me about all this Toho stuff, which is also like something I'm a bit of a nerd about. So I was like, holy shit, let's fucking go. So we just had that conversation. It was pretty chill. And I just want to say that was probably the favorite moment of mine in COE so far. Ekoro doesn't really know my name so far, and my approach to this is I'm just going to keep working on the Osu space and become more prominent, and maybe he's going to be like, wait, this guy's face looks familiar, and then he's going to see that I have like so many sons, like, wait, I talked to this guy about Toho like an hour for like a freaking long time back then. Wait, this guy's kind of Chillington. So that's kind of like my approach right now. Maybe it's kind of cringe, but I kind of want to have that weird power spike about it. But basically it was a pretty chill conversation with Ekoro here, and if you guys want to know what he looks like, he kind of looks like an alternate skin of Cookie Z right here. So that's pretty much all I want to say in this video. Just a freaking quick yap about that. And I also want to shout out to the best beer drinker at the COE. He basically just wanted me to shout him out real quick, so let me just shout him out and say, yeah, bro, shout out to the best beer drinker at COE. Thanks. It'll be funny if I say that. But yeah, that's pretty much all I want to say in this video, and I'll see y'all.